Thing Paranormal. Para X. The views expressed and the opinions given by the individual host and their guests do not necessarily reflect those of Para X, its affiliates, or its sponsors.
Supernatural. Magic. Ghosts. UFOs. Bigfoot. Extraterrestrial. Psychic energy.
The Calling.
And good evening, everyone. This is Jerry with The Calling, along with Kimberly Juarez.
Hey, Jerry.
And Willow Le Machant.
Jerry has a hairball.
Yeah.
Darn hairball. That was gross. Okay, so tonight's show, I was going to do something to begin with, but I'm kind of a coward. And but one thing I do want to talk about is that tonight's show, Alien Invasion Hoax. It just kind of reminds me of a story when I was a kid, and we've all, I mean, I got to say that, Willow, when you were, we kind of take turns doing topics, and Willow was saying this, and I'm like, what? Then you sent a plethora of YouTube things, and I was like, okay, thanks. I don't know if you caught that or not.
Yes,
okay,
I
got it.
I did.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'll listen to that one. Sounds good. Okay, that's enough. But anyway, I was very shocked about the hoaxes that are around and everything and the reasons for it. But it also reminds me of when I was a kid. Yes, this is Flashback Wednesday with Jerry Ayers. And we're going to flash back to 1969. 1969, my mom and dad were always on bowling tournaments and stuff. And I was staying with my grandfather. My grandmother died in 1963, so I was 6 years old at this time. And I remember we used to always listen to the radio. Grandpa had this huge, gigantic radio that would actually had a flip-up TV, and it was really, really old. And it had a big ball on it where you would, move your hand over the ball to try to find the stations, yeah. And anyway, one of the things that we'd always listen to was The Shadow Knows. And it used to scare me, and it never really scared my brother. I mean, kind of did a little bit. But Grandpa, I used to always tell Grandpa, I go, this just scares me so much. And he's like, the shadow's there to protect you. They know who the bad people are and who the good people are. You don't have to worry about stuff like that. I thought, okay, that's fine and stuff. So one night, it was on a Friday, went to bed, and all of a sudden Grandpa come running up there, grabbing his shotgun. And then he's like, come on, get downstairs. And so we run downstairs. He's listening to the 1938 H.G. Wells' War of the Worlds. And it was unbelievable. They were talking about the Martians that had come down. They had a heat ray. And Grandpa even, I remember him looking out the window saying, oh my God, look at the neighbors. And here the neighbors had towels on their face, and they were actually driving away. I mean, this is in just this outskirts city limit of Bemidji, Minnesota in 1969, where people were thinking this was real. I mean, that's a long cry from 1938. You're talking 31 years. But I guess it's, it still affected a lot of people. But he had me believing that the aliens were really coming. and that they were there. And I remember Jimmy, my brother, crying, and he just wanted mom and dad. And Grandpa was playing it up. Oh my God, he was just having so much fun with it. And he said, Jerry, he said, that 22, that's out there in the garage. Maybe you should go get that. And I thought, okay. So I ran out there. I knew where the bullets were and everything. Yes, even when I was a kid, Grandpa was kind of dangerous in a way and stuff. But I had it cocked and loaded and just ready to take on any aliens that I ever seen or anything. But it was just one of the most incredible things. But when you brought this whole thing up, Willow, about that, I really thought it was going to be, a bunch of crap. And Dr. Stephen Greer, who, if you guys ever take a look at some of his videos, some of them are just a few minutes each and stuff like that he talks about hoaxes that are put out there, and that, there's even been death threats and everything else. So Willow, go ahead and take it.
Well, there's actually been deaths too. There's been murders associated with people coming out and giving information about what our government actually has, what they've been doing with reverse engineering of extraterrestrial ships, and all of this. And there have been multiple people who have been murdered, all because of the knowledge that they had that they shared. So if you're a whistleblower and you're talking about the alien invasion, look out. I'm surprised Dr. Stephen Greer is still with us, to be totally honest with you, because he has done this disclosure project for like the last 20 years to make everybody aware of what's been going on. And he doesn't just talk about, what he thinks. He actually has astrophysicists and people from where is that? Yeah, my brain just stopped again. It's been one of those days. But like a lot of the different places like Boeing and why can't I think of Skunk Works? All of those.
Lockheed and stuff like that.
Lockheed Martin, yeah, Skunk Works. Yeah. And so he has people inside or who have worked there in the past who have helped with the reverse engineering of these ships. And now he is saying that the government is using what they have because they want to put weapons into outer space. And right now there is a ban that has been signed by the leaders around the world that there will not be any weapons put in outer space. However, he believes, from what he has been told by insider information, that sometime in the near future, they are going to start with an alien invasion hoax using the ships that our people have made and reversed engineered. And now he is so afraid that if we don't get this word out, we're going to have another situation like War of the Worlds where people are running and people are terrified when it is our own government doing this.
Wait a minute. So that movie that came out with Tom Cruise.
Yeah, the one that simulated like the world of the wars.
Oh,
yeah.
War of the Worlds. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, what I meant was, darn it, what's his name? Bruce Willis.
Yeah.
So that's
Armageddon and stuff.
I mean, I believe that right
that's
now they probably have satellites up there with nukes on them.
Mm-hmm.
Who's to say that they really don't?
Oh, I'm sure they do, but that's the whole thing. And if they are up there, what they're saying is it's to protect us from the ETs. No, they're not the problem. We are the problem.
So do you think that so is there really intelligent? I think there is alien life out there. And do you think these aliens are going to allow them to do something like that? Like allow them to put stuff in space? Well, you know what I'm saying?
I thought you were going to ask if there was intelligent life in our government. I was
no, that's
that I know, Jerry. I'm not that airy. I'm just saying. Sorry, guys.
What I have seen and what I believe is that the extraterrestrials would stop anything that we did like that. They would not allow us to destroy the planet. I know they won't. However, we're already destroying it with our environment and climate change and all of that. We're already destroying the planet. But I don't think they are going to allow us to ever set off any other nuclear devices that will harm anybody else. I really believe that. They have been seen above like some of these missile silos, and they all went disarmed. So I think they would stop it. I really do. I think they're not here to harm us. I think they're here to try to protect us from ourselves.
You know, I kind of do agree with that, but also too, you know, the I don't know. I guess Buzz Aldrin said there was one of the moons of the moon that there's a thing on it, and that came out a while back. And I know that a lot of conspiracy theorists are like, no, that's all fraudulent and stuff like that. Well, it looks like we're going to find out, because Elon Musk now has said that we're going back to the moon. It's time to find out what that stuff is up there, if it is man-made or if it is Martian-made, if you want to call it that.
Well, they're not actually all from Mars, Jerry. They're from all different constellations, but just.
Well, yeah, I know that. I know that. There's even one from Uranus. I mean,
probably.
Yeah. Well, no.
Oh, Lordy.
Okay, that
the proper
family show. Family show.
Uranus.
No, that's one of the planets now.
Uranus.
I know. Uranus.
Not the other way you say it, Jerry. You're from Minnesota.
Right.
Down here, we say Uranus.
Uranus?
Uranus.
Mm-hmm.
Like, no.
Yeah, that's it. Look it up. Look up how you pronounce it. Just look up the pronunciation of the planet.
I've been
how many cookies? See,
yeah.
There you go.
There you go, Ceiling Cat. Yep. Cookies.
I love you, Ceiling Cat. The CC in her name actually stands for Cookie Cat.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, well, that's, the whole thing is very interesting. I remember, if you take a look, well, even when I was a kid, when I always talked about the Lake Moval and that woman that gave us a picture of, not of the spacecraft, but of the holes that were made in the ice and everything. Mm-hmm. And when Mom and I sent it in, that's the only time. I mean, Mom never had a problem with our government until we got the letter back. I mean, it was a huge letter, and those pictures were missing inside there. Yeah. And yet it's stamped with everything. And I just remember the look on face, and I remember my dad saying, "Oh, you probably you didn't put it in there." No, Lowell, he did put it in there. I watched him. I brought it down there. I paid for the postage. It was like crazy. Yeah. She was really scared about that.
Well, they'll stop information at all costs. They do like to stifle, and that's why Stephen Greer has talked about the death threats and the murders that have taken place.
Or anybody who's done the project, like similar to what he's saying about this whole thing. A lot of these directors, famous directors, were starting these projects, trying to expose it, and all of a sudden somebody comes in and tells them they can't do it, or takes away their, buys out their contract or whatever, and then they're not allowed to make this film. So I find it very interesting that happens, So I mean, what is it that they know? I mean, is this really true? That they're going to do this?
Well, now Willow, you were kind of saying before that when we talked about a week ago and stuff, that you feel all these aliens that we're seeing, or ships we were seeing back in the 60s and stuff, were ones that the government already knows about and that they created, right?
Well, that's what it has been said, I've been following, like I said, Dr. Stephen Greer for a long time. And so I felt that he was a good authority on it, and others have followed and basically confirmed what he's been saying. So what they were saying was that a lot of the ships that we have been seeing were reversed engineered, being tested to see, how the public is going to react to this. Are we going to be terrified? Are we going to be intrigued? Right? And so I'm intrigued. I'm not fearful. I've seen ships. I've had interactions. And for me, I know if they wanted to harm me, they would have done that. They did not. They have enlightened me, but they have not harmed me. So when I said that about the ships, that was coming from Stephen Greer and some others that I have been following about this. And they've been saying that this reverse engineering has been started way back in like the 40s and 50s. And so according to what Dr. Stephen Greer is saying now, they're having this event this coming Sunday. It's a webinar to raise funds to put together this emergency documentary. The goal is to have this documentary out by June. And so that we can reach, the goal is 1 billion people to be made aware of what the government may be doing with this alien hoax, this alien invasion hoax. I thought it was very interesting that last year when that video came out with the pilot and they locked on this spaceship and they finally came out and admitted that, yes, aliens are real. But that was it. We didn't hear anything else. But you watch, they're going to start saying, and it's a national security risk, and we should be very concerned, and then let's put money into these weapons in outer space. I think they're just trying to get us into the fear mode.
I really think that number one, that legally putting weapons in space will never happen. Never happen. Unless they're snuck in now, there's no possible way that's ever going to happen. Because someone's going to get pissed off at somebody else because they said this or they said that. And, some kid is going to be able to hack that. Just like, for as a matter of fact, 2015, I think it was, Jeep Grand Cherokee, they were hackable. You were able to hack from your computer, and people were slamming on the brakes, and they were veering off and stuff like that. Headlights would go out, or the engine would cancel. I mean, there was things going on like that. So, now they've taken care of that, where things like that are very, very rare that could happen. But is it possible? Yeah. But with them putting legal type of weapons up there in space, that'll never happen. That will never, ever happen.
Well, but that's what this is all about. What Stephen Greer is saying is that the government is going to put together this alien invasion hoax to put the fear into everybody so that we back down and no longer ban the weapons in outer space, because now we need that. And this will then give them the funding from the government to do it. Right now, they're cut off, not allowed to do that, and it has been banned. But if they can prove that there are an alien threat on our planet, then they will give the green light to give them the money to go ahead with these weapons. That's what this whole premise is about. And that's why Stephen Greer is having this new documentary made, so that we can get the word out. And that way, he said, well, how do you stop somebody from doing this? Well, you inform the public prior to them being able to do it. And that way the public knows the truth. and they will not run like Chicken Little that the sky is falling.
Right. You know, you got to find him. I want him on the show.
I would love to have
that-
him on
I'm
the show.
serious. There is ways. I, as a matter of fact, just Googled a couple things, and I found his contact information.
Nice.
Well, that's
So
fine. I'll
we can
contact
do
him.
that. Excellent.
It would be beautiful to have him on the show. I would love to.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I
He's
would
not
love
that beautiful of a guy.
No,
You
it's
know,
what
I've-
he does that's beautiful. What he
Yeah,
does is beautiful.
And he is an intelligent man because
very
he was
intelligent. Yes.
an American ufologist and retired traumatologist. Oh, I hope I could say this right. Who was founded in the Center of Study of Extraterrestrial Intelligence and Disclosure Project. So this is what he started, and then he was born. He liked. I guess he claimed to have seen an unidentified flying object at close range when he was about 8 years old, and that's why this inspired him.
Yeah.
So,
Yep.
yep.
Okay.
So,
Steve is asking, are the Men in Black involved?
He has not mentioned anything about that. So I wouldn't be able to say yes or no on that question. I have not seen anything in any of his videos on YouTube or any of his websites, anything about the Men in Black. Now, the Men in Black what they do is they're the ones who do this death threats. They're the ones who are going to go in there and, take out people probably. But he has not mentioned them.
Okay. Interesting. Well, this is really a good topic. I like this. This is, the thing is though, here I go. I just don't know. I mean, we did not have the technology that we have now back when I was a kid. So it's like,
that you know of. That's the whole thing, Jerry. Were you an astrophysicist when you were a kid? I know I wasn't.
by the time I was 6, yes.
But that's
why are you laughing?
Oh, sorry. But that's just it. Stephen Greer has people from that time period, the 40s and 50s, that have acknowledged that they were already doing reverse engineering. If you want to look at it, even Hitler with the bell was reverse engineered. That was using 2 different directions of spinning. It was spinning technology to create now my brain just stopped again. Well, it's
Reverse
like
magnetic.
Yeah, to create lift. And so this is interesting. I mean, they got Tesla's information. Tesla, when he passed, they have all of his records, everything. Oh no, nothing was, usable. This man ran a car on the environment with no gasoline, no water, nothing, using the electrons or whatever in the atmosphere. If he could do that, we do have the knowledge. We have to think about that. There are other Teslas out there. There are a lot of them.
Well, there is. That's true. But the thing is, there's no money in it.
How do you know they're not being funded by the governments?
Well, that's kind of a stretch because,
there's a lot of money that they can't even answer for, the government. And it's generally military spending. And they don't say where it's going. They don't put a tag on it. And so I know Stephen Greer has talked about that multiple times as well. So there is money for it. There's a lot of money for it because it's important. It gives us the upper hand over other governments.
Right. Now, Sherry's saying that Earth has a secret space force. I don't really believe that. Not saying just from you, Sherry, but from what these guys say too. I just don't believe that it's not really a secret. I mean, was it called the space farce or something that the last president wanted to try to they call it Black Ops. Black Ops was really not, that was more military ground than anything.
Well, there was somebody that hacked into the military Air Force, I believe it was, into their database and found a listing of, I guess it was a list of different officers in this Space Force that she's talking about.
That was Matthew Broderick. And
No,
it was on
it
the
wasn't.
Whopper
No, it wasn't.
computer back in the 80s.
No, it was recent, actually.
They call
And
it
it wasn't
Space
Broderick.
Cowboys. Sherry.
I like that. I thought that was a great show, Space Cowboys. So,
But literally, yeah, there was somebody that hacked into that. I remember that. I can't remember the name of the guy, and I should have looked that one up. But he had hacked into the actual database, and he got that, and then they caught him. And he started running, like he left the country.
really?
Yeah, they were after him, and he ended up seeking sanctuary somewhere. Yeah.
Who are you talking?
I can't remember this guy. It's not been maybe it's been less than 10 years ago.
Not Snowden.
No. God, what was his name? Just this young guy, and I think he even did it by accident. He didn't think that he was going to even get in, and he accidentally hacked in.
Wow. Okay.
And he got the list. Yeah, and he got a list.
Okay. You guys keep going. I'm going to look it up.
Okay. So, yeah, so why I really wanted to have this topic tonight was because this Sunday, if you're interested, Dr. Stephen Greer has a webinar that will talk more in depth about our discussion tonight and about this alien invasion hoax and what he believes the government is going to be doing. And it is, I think they're charging $75 a person if you want to pay that. But that money is going to raise the funds to create this documentary that he says is an emergency documentary that needs to be out before the government can pull this on us. And so it's going to be an open source documentary. Nobody has to pay for it. Once it is put out there, we can download it. He wants us to download it, and he wants us to share it on all social platforms. So I download it, put it on your YouTube channel, download it, put it wherever, put it on your websites, put it everywhere. The goal is to reach 1 billion people to make them aware of what the possibility is of the government pulling this. And if we're aware, we're not going to be fearful of it. And that is the whole premise to him right now, trying to get this awareness out to the public. So I think it's very important that we at least let our listeners choose for themselves what they believe, what they don't believe.
Right.
But at least I feel I've done my part in sharing the information in case they haven't heard about it.
Now, so if you get a shot,
then you know why.
well, yeah, but then you're going to screw up everything for October.
Oh,
you
well, I'll just come
really-
and haunt you.
Just to let everybody know what I'm talking about in October, we're doing a Humbird, Wisconsin, at the Hotel Bar and Grill in Humbird, Wisconsin. We're doing a para expo, and Willow's been asked to fly up from the owner of the bar to do readings for people and stuff like that. So if you guys want to meet her and you're around Minnesota, this will be the chance. This is going to be good. Okay, so I'm looking up all these different. Do you know how many people have hacked into the government in the last, you know, like 10, 15 years?
Yeah.
It's endless. And it's like they've gotten into some really prominent stuff.
I would say look up Space Force, space officers, something like that list. Hacked.
Oh,
I don't remember.
Yeah, I'm already looked that up.
Oh.
That's
because I've seen multiple videos on that. I just cannot think of the guy's name for the life of me right now.
Gary McCunnon.
That sounds like it, yeah.
Yep, that's him. Scottish Systems hacker, U.S. To government sponsored terrorism these days. Yeah, that's the guy.
There you go.
There's even more than that.
Oh, geez, there's more. But wait, there's more.
Yeah. Oh, look at it. Even unemployed Romanian charged with hacking into NASA.
Oh, wow.
There's even an autistic guy that did it. Wow. Okay. Well,
Even though they're autistic, they are smart people.
They really are.
no,
Yeah.
I never meant that they were.
Yeah. No. I'm just saying they're very smart people. They really are.
Well, they are. All right, guys. Well, it's time for a commercial, so we'll be right back in 2 minutes.
Those geek ladies, Sean and Victoria from Exploring the Paranormal with Geeks Paranormal, are at it again with another amazing season full of paranormal celebrity interviews with amazing guests and stories of haunted locations and so much more. You will hear it first on Para X. Tune in Wednesday nights, 8 p.m. Central. You will not be disappointed.
In order for the light to shine so brightly, the darkness must be present. Tune in every Monday at 10 o'clock for Dark Sun Rising on the Para-X Radio Network.
This portion of the podcast is brought to you by Yo Mama Beer, made from the finest ingredients and specially blended for that rich taste. Yo Mama, ask for it today.
What can I get you, mister?
Oh man, my mouth has been watering all day for Yo Mama. What? Yeah, pop the top on Yo Mama and set it right here.
Why, you son of a bitch!
I kill you, you. For that crisp, clean, refreshing flavor, grab a can of Yo Mama. Your Mama, now available in wide mouth. Please drink and order responsibly. Whether you're listening at home, at work, or anywhere, thanks for making Para-X part of your day. Your source for everything paranormal. Para-X.
And we're back. This is Jerry with the calling, along with Kimberly and Willow Le Machant. And okay, hey, you know what? If you just tuned in and you're like, what were they talking about in like the beginning? Well, guess what? You can find out tomorrow. Tomorrow around 4 o'clock, we should have the show on our website, www.thecallingradioshow.com, and even in our YouTube channel, The Calling Radio Show. And remember, you guys, Para-X is chock full of entertainment. Chock full. Oh, my God. Everywhere, every time you turn on the radio, you go to Para-X, there's something going on. Check it out. Got Geeks right after us. Tuesday nights, you got The Gathering. They're there. Hey, have some fun. Knock it out, man. There's all sorts of good entertainment. And where else can you go and have me here? Anyway, okay. So I did see a statement that, is that hairball gone there? No. Okay, Steve did say a while back what they're trying to kill any seriousness of this to poke fun of it. We are actually not poking fun out of it. I'm just very, very shocked by a lot of this stuff that I'm learning here tonight. Mm-hmm. You know, I'm quite, it's amazing that this stuff is, that there is stuff like this out there. U.S. cybersecurity can be a joke. The thing with that is that our government, and any government really, that starts to, like you say, make fun of something or something like that, they're actually thinking about it. And that's kind of a scary thought.
That is.
It is.
Yeah. So that's my $1.69 worth of stuff.
So I just want to point this out, that this organization claims that there are 3,000 confirmed reports of UFO sightings by pilots alone. And there's 4,000 proof that they describe as landing traces. This refers to incidents where UFOs have supposedly left behind traces of evidence such as electromagnetic readings after landing on Earth. And the organization utilized rapid mobilization investigation team with aim of arrival of landing sites that quickly has possibility. So they're claiming that they've had, pilots alone have seen aliens. And then plus when they do land and stuff like that. So I think that's pretty interesting that, just saying out there, guys.
There's a lot of evidence.
And that's not the claims that people, and that's not the claims that people have.
Right, yeah.
And then now let's stop to think of all these things that, you're watching those TV programs, caught on tape or caught on film, or people catch them on your cameras. These, like, they see three dots or they see three ships all together in unit, is this real or not? Or that big one here in Shakopee, remember, Jerry? They were saying that somewhere like above the Walmart, there's this huge, what is it? A UFO
series of lights.
Yeah. Oh no, It was supposed to be a UFO, and it's in all this fog. So, I mean, could that be even like, just since it's a hoax, that's probably like a projection of a little toy. You know what I mean? Up in the sky.
Do you know
or
what
something.
it was?
What was it?
I'm not going to say who the actor and the actress that were in that claiming it was a UFO. It was the lights from Mystic Lake.
Really?
Yeah. Anybody that's from Minnesota and knows that area knows exactly what those lights were.
Yeah, they did say something about
it. It was a huge joke.
Yeah.
Huge joke.
But they made it look like if it was like, oh my gosh,
they made
the aliens are invaded.
Sound like it was.
Yeah.
What was one thing I was just going to bring up here? Okay. One thing that I did want to bring up, guys. Sorry, I'm going to get off track for a second. Here we go. Cece had said something about COVID socially distancing. Please stay at least 6 IP addresses apart. The reason I'm bringing that up, the reason I'm actually talking about that, is one of the SIM members, my team, Supernatural Investigators of Minnesota. She was with us for a couple years. She now has the COVID really bad. And at the same time, she had lost her baby brother from the COVID also, too. And I understand that one of their other family members is now sick, too. So I guess they're all in the hospital and stuff. So we're doing a thing every night at 8 p.m. We face to the west to offer them healing and prayers. And every morning at 9 a.m. we face to the east to ask for that healing and prayers to heal them for the day. And we're going to keep doing this until they're both home. So if you guys could just kind of keep that in mind. And Ladora is her name. She's a friend of mine on Facebook. And also she's been on our show once or twice, if I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, she's really nice.
Yeah. She was a good kid. I really liked her. She, she's still around and stuff. And the other day we were kind of talking, and she said that she's on the mend, but she's deeply saddened for everything that's going through. And yeah, you're right, Moofy. It's a horrible plague. This is the, year 2020 horrible plague, and it's just disgusting. Anyway, okay, so let's go back to what we were saying.
So I wanted to let you know that during that the webinar, and it'll their gathering that they're doing on Sunday on April 25th, during the webinar, they are actually going to show the schematics and the actual different ships that have been reversed engineered so that you could identify them then if you see them.
Oh,
really?
okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's actually very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I did see a video, and their claims were that the ship is able, and it able to shoot right into water and go through, because of something about the metal and the amount of reverse magnetic pull and everything, whatever it was, that can cut right through anything.
Yeah.
And it did go in pretty deep, and then come back out again, and then just kind of was gone. And they're claiming that that is real. Now, when it comes to YouTube, do I believe anything on YouTube? No. But still, it makes you think.
Well, there has been UFOs going in the water, been seen under the water up in Canada, several years ago. But they had eyewitnesses see it go in the water, see the lights hovering under the water, and saw it emerge. So it has been seen in the last few decades. So this is not recent. This goes back for pretty far for the underwater ones.
Right. Well, no, I believe in that. I know that in like I said, in the 70s there, Lake Mobile, and in the 80s, Star Lake in Star Island in Casson, or Cass Lake, Minnesota. There was things that happened. Wish I could tell you more about that, but I cannot. UFOs and missing people. That was a big thing, Sherry.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, about people actually being abducted and being in a totally different part of the world. Like they were dropped off. As a matter of fact, I think it was in the 60s or 70s. I'm going to find this for our next show to kind of talk about. The 60s, the next show, did we have a topic for that, guys?
No, not yet.
That I'm no.
Oddities. There you go. Oddities. Like a paranormal babble, but it's just weird. But anyway,
I was on the show Oddities, to be honest with you.
Were you really?
Yeah, that's been a few years ago.
Is that when you had the brain problem and stuff?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
I can't remember, the brain problem.
Naughty Jerry. But no, that people were being abducted, and they were brought to different parts of the world and dropped off. And they were having such a hard time because where they'd be dropped off at, they didn't know how to speak that language. Like some of the people that were being taken from here in the United States were actually in, I do believe it was either Sweden or Norway. And I know there's one person in Keenan's daughter there would be like, I want to do Norway. Bring me to Norway.
Well, I know some of them. I think you're talking about missing 411. Is that?
Maybe that's what it is.
Because there's been a lot. The missing 411 is really interesting, and it's about all the people that go missing, and they just don't have any idea where they're at. But yet some of them show up, and they don't have any shoes on, or they are wearing different clothes than what they had on when they were taken.
Right.
Like they don't even get their wardrobes correct. But now let's wonder, was it actual extraterrestrials or was it government trying to scare us? What's going on?
Right.
Because a lot of the abductions now they're saying could have been hoaxed as well. Not all. Okay, I'm not saying all because I've talked to enough people who are contactees and abductees, and no, what they experienced was real, and I don't believe that was a government doing that.
Right.
But some of them, I'm wondering, were they given some sort of drug to forget, were the government involved in some of these missing people? Were they doing experiments on these missing people?
Right.
Were they
true.
That's
sampling?
interesting.
Were they sampling the implants so that they could track us? We don't know. They could have been doing that. Going down that conspiracy
You know,
theory
I
again.
should-
Yeah, you should have seen Willow has that face
Yeah.
like I'm boss. You
Yeah.
know. She had
Bam! That's what she said.
the- yeah, the,
That's right.
She had the finger flying up in the air. Bam!
Now you know.
I actually was scared for a moment.
I know.
I was
Keeping
like,
you on your toes. I'm keeping you on your toes.
oh yeah, implants. We have cell phones. Yeah, ain't that the truth? That's for sure. I
Yeah,
can't
but
get
if they
away from
abduct
mine.
you, they take your cell phone, then you're screwed.
Yeah.
Well, I had an experience about being abducted in a sense, but it was more of a dream than anything. And I mean, but it felt so real. I mean,
Yeah.
real. Like, I know the government, there was no way the government was involved.
No.
with that at all. You know what I mean? The way
We
it
can't
was.
give them credit for that one.
Oh, no. So, but I mean, now I'm thinking like all these pictures and all these UFOs and extraterrestrial pictures, and now I'm thinking, God, is this really part of that project now? I mean, not the project, but the part of the government just doing now, to freak out people now.
Yeah, well, that's why I want to see the ships. I want to see which
What
ones.
they look like. Yeah.
Right. I want to see which ones they're talking about.
Right.
But that's what they've got us. If you want to find out, you got to pay your money to go to the webinar to find out.
And
So
they're
that's
using the money to
until
make
it's
the
released.
project because they want
Right.
the project to come out. So that's
exactly.
that's why they're doing, they need this money
Yes.
and they need everybody's help. And he even
Yes.
says, we need your help, so it's not like,
I may do it.
Yeah.
I may do it. I may pay the money so that I can watch it.
How much was it again?
It's
$75
$75.
for a webinar.
$75?
Yeah. But what you could do is bring a whole bunch of your friends together to watch it.
Correct.
And split that cost. You see,
That's-
it's not like just one person has to pay it. You
Right.
could have 15 people around you all watching it,
But $75?
Well, Jerry, I'm sure you pay a lot more if you're one of the 20 people in the private home that's going to do this. Because it's
No.
at a private home in Scottsdale.
I just find it interesting. Let's get together, Jerry. Let's go. Let's watch it.
Spend your
He's
money.
like, oh, now.
Now.
So
I want to see it. I really
Yeah.
want to see it.
when is this?
Sunday. This coming
Sunday.
Sunday, the 25th. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Now, I know I should go out to work, but I really, really kind of want to do this.
Well, I'm not going to say what I was about to say.
So Geek says, I wouldn't put it past that the government is messing like that. Don't trust them at all. Don't trust them at all. So Geek, she's thinking, yeah. Okay, and then it says, and this is better have some golly gosh good popcorn for more than $75. I know they better send you this popcorn. We should put all on the webinar and charge $100 a piece. Moneymaker Geeks, there you go.
and no, Steve B, it is not on HBO.
No, it's on a special webinar that they're doing, and you have to go probably to their special link. And everything.
I'm going to go ahead and
Wow.
I'm going to post all of the videos that we've been talking about and also the website so that y'all can check it out.
Y'all.
No.
So
Okay.
we did have Jerry at one point really getting into this, and now with the $75 part, he's
No,
like,
yeah.
he's like, oh.
No, I've got $20 to last me to payday, and that's it, Well, see, look, you did all of them in one. Why
That's
wasn't
good.
when you sent it on our chat thing, you sent them all separately?
Because-
it was like, good God.
Because I was going to YouTube one at a time, hitting the share button, hitting the copy, and then sending it to you. Yeah, because I didn't think about putting it on a document and doing it all at once.
Okay, do the finger gun thing now. Boom.
Bam.
Bam.
Double barrel.
Oh, jeez.
I don't know. These, I wish we could do like a webinar, for the calling,
That'd be pretty
me
interesting.
being the most, politically incorrect person.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't even pronounce Uranus.
Ever since I was a kid, it's
know.
always been Uranus.
Because you've been living where they speak wrong. Honestly, Jerry, I used to think it was too until I was corrected by somebody once, and I'm like, I'm gonna go look up the actual pronunciation, and they were correct, and I was incorrect, and so now I'm making fun of you because you're doing exactly what I did, and then they did that to me. So
Sherry says there's a
I saw that.
cookie baking by Jerry webinar.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
funny.
see, Geek even says.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So when did they politically corrected this? No, seriously, I'm asking a question.
I don't
Ever
know.
since
I
I
just
was
when
a
I
kid.
looked it up, I went, "Oh, I guess I'm not
They've
supposed to
always
pronounce
said
it
it that
that
way.
way." I
They
did
always
too.
said it that way.
I
They
know.
did. When I first was introduced to it, that's the way they said it.
And now all of a
Not
sudden they're
You-
like, "No."
Okay, hold on. There's such a big joke there, Kim, but I'm going to let you go by on that one. So
I know. I get it, Jerry. I do.
Okay, so
Oh.
a minute.
I'm still going back
Ed.
from when I was a kid in school, and we'd go through all the as a Roman god. Oh, oh my God. Okay, Cece,
Chat room is out of control.
they are completely out of control. I guess I'm just gonna have to find out when they changed all this stuff. That's what I want to know.
Jerry's
Is when
Well,
they changed.
it's the name of the if it's the name of the Roman god and they've always pronounced it Uranus, then I guess
I have never
goes
heard
way
that.
back.
That is really cool.
No, hold on now. I've been through, we all went through science class and stuff,
right.
and doing the, the planets and stuff like that.
Right.
And then I've always said it correct the way they say it.
Yes, they did. They
You know?
honestly
Yeah.
did say it that way.
So when did they change this?
Well, the god was in Roman times, so they changed it in Rome, I guess.
Okay, no, now you're making fun of me.
we didn't get the email, Jerry. We didn't get the email. Sorry.
I don't think many of us got the email, Jerry,
Yeah.
because for years
Well,
I
I don't
pronounced
care
it
about the
same way.
email.
Thank
That's
God we have Willow.
No,
I'm just trying to, not get in trouble for saying bad words.
I'm saying the word like I've always, we're supposed to say it.
Okay.
Okay. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow when I see what, Oh boy.
When you get a finger shaking at you, you are not allowed to say that like that on the show.
I'll
Shame
probably
on
get
you,
that
Jerry.
too.
Shame on you. I don't know whose voice that was because I've never talked to anybody. Hey.
I better shut my mouth right now. Okay,
Oh my
so
God.
we're down to 4 minutes left, 4 or 5 minutes left. So, okay, so you're actually going to watch the webinar.
I'm pretty sure I'm going to watch it. Yeah.
This is going to be interesting.
So you're going to be sucked out of $75.
Oh, Jerry.
Well, I've already invested in the CE5 protocol app. So why not give them a little bit more?
Okay. Well, what if that only lasts like 5 minutes?
I doubt that it will last only 5 minutes. Even his YouTube videos last 20. or an hour. I've seen a lot of his seminars and stuff. I've watched a lot of that, and they last over an hour.
Okay.
So apparently,
be interesting.
Yeah, and apparently, like, he has movie stars and famous people really in on this. So just letting y'all know.
Steven Seagal.
Yeah, Steven Seagal, big time. Yep.
Oh, Steven Seagal. He's all there.
Well, not my favorite. He's not my favorite. I'm not going to say it is. I know some like abuse and stuff came up in the past. We don't want to. Anyway, I'm not my favorite, but he is trying to put it out there to get the people that have a lot of followers and fans so that they can promote it.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yes, Kat, but that Kool-Aid was so good.
What?
She said, I drank the Kool-Aid.
We all drink the Kool-Aid.
That's right.
Yeah.
Okie dokie. Well, yeah, I just don't know. Yeah, I hope
Just
the Kool-Aid
say it,
was well worth it. No, I'm just gonna. No, you guys finish the show. Yeah, there you go. $75 for a Ryan Bell webinar. Buell.
I was like, who? I was like, who's Bell?
That's
No,
the guy
I meant
from
Buell. Now somebody's going to get mad about that. You know.
I liked him at one point in lifetime. Just saying.
Yeah.
We all have our issues. We all go through our stuff, right?
Yeah, we do.
Some people are more, and some people are just more public, and so we know about it.
Right.
We can hide our stuff because we're not out there as much. We're getting there. We're getting there. But not enough to we have to hide everything about us.
Oh, so what do you got going this weekend, Kimberly?
A whole lot of nothing, I don't think. I don't know what I have. Oh, I got to get some evidence done so we can have our reveal on the 30th of April. So yeah, I'll be having some fun and maybe some cleaning up stuff and squatchers, we're got to get together, us ladies, going out trying to see if we can go out towards the Iowa region. I'm wondering. I don't know yet.
Ooh.
We'll see.
Oh, really?
Nice.
Cool.
We got to start doing things now. So we got a meeting on Monday. I think it is this Monday. So I'm excited.
Oh, very good.
Very good. In the woods. So yeah.
Well, make sure to bring a small shovel because you know Steph. She always finds the muck and gets stuck in it.
We'll make sure Cindy's with us.
I thought you were talking about them going potty.
No. Oh my God.
Or, Bigfoot poo. I'm not sure. I didn't know what you meant.
Steph's famous for stepping in like a bog or something, and all of a sudden she's getting sucked under, and these guys gotta, Kimberly, she's the famous one that stands there and just records it and laughs.
Yeah, laughs.
Bring a rope. Come on, bring a rope. Lasso her and get her out of there.
No, I actually bought her one of those little trench shovels.
Oh.
Did you really?
Yeah. Yeah. It's small enough that she should have it in her pack. If she doesn't, forget about it.
What are you doing this weekend, Willow? Are you going to be out there doing some readings?
I'm going to do readings. Probably not Friday night because it's raining. Saturday night it's going to be clear. Sunday I might have gone out, but I might be watching a webinar instead. Nice. I'm not sure. Not sure yet. And maybe hanging out with some friends because I've been doing that. I'm going to go out tomorrow night with a friend. So having more fun and
your witchy garden stuff is going. I love it.
Oh, yeah. I gave away a lot of free tomatoes today. There was a lot of plants left over. Yeah. So, yeah, Willow's Witchy Garden is on YouTube if anybody wants to watch it. I put out videos, and I have one that has over 2,000 views.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
Yes. I was
so
shocked. They recommended it. YouTube recommended my video.
Nice.
See? What did you do to get recommended?
I have no idea. It's only one of my videos. One of my videos.
You paid them $75 for a webinar.
Probably. I don't know.
All right. Well, this is the end of the show. I want to thank you, everybody, for listening to us, and appreciate it. And thanks for the troops. Thanks for Sarge, for Para X. And ladies, have a good night, and we'll see you later.